Okay, so basically, yeah, this is what it will look like right off of startup. So basically, yeah, you have these bars up here. These are the objects you can make. So cube, really easy. You have, yeah, so little dots, pull them. You can stretch it either way. You move it using these. And then you have rotating, where you can do that and rotate. If you want to make it more accurate, you can go down here, right in this size area, and rotation right here. This is what you would rotate it to. And then this is the resize for resizing the whole cube. And then after that, yeah, that's pretty much it for sizing and moving stuff around and all that. Okay, so now next part is this. The two ones I mainly use are these, the main selector and the side selector. Now, if you click on this button, it will turn all of the faces into like a polygon object. So then you can click on the selector tool and click, highlight it, and stretch that face out or stuff like that. So yeah, really simple, but once you do that, you can't change it back, as far as I know, because it screws with it. Okay, so now we have right here, this is where all your objects will be held. So if you have like multiple cubes, a torus, capsule, whatever, it will all show up right here. So you can build stuff with it. Now another pretty important thing, I guess, is just being able to know some shortcuts. You should probably know these. It's Control C to copy, and Control V to paste, Control X to undo, and Control Z to undo, and Control X to redo. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. There's camera. If you go to View, right here, and you go over to the cameras, this is really helpful if you're trying to match up something with a picture. You can click on front, and it will display the front, and so on, left, right, and then perspective is back to the normal one. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense, I hope. And basically, yeah, this is what you can do. If you double click right here, double right or left click, or just hit create, it will open up a new material, and you double click on that, and it will pull up the material editor. Yeah, okay, and then I would go. So yeah, it's gonna start off looking like that, but we're gonna change that because it's not very cool. So you want to go to spectacular, right? And you have these two options. Now it looks really crappy if it's on plastic, so don't use it. But if you want to make it, if you're trying to make something like metal, just go in metal and play around with these settings until it adds like a thickness to it almost. But I'm just gonna leave that off for now because it's a little more complicated. Search up it. I'll have another tutorial going in depth on what that does. So basically, yeah, we have the colors. You can drag it and make it red or so. It's simple and easy. Right here, if you hit here, you can open up you can apply a texture to it, but it doesn't look very good, so I'd recommend texturing in like Photoshop or something like that. You have luminance. This is really simple. If you turn it on, you have to hit this little check mark. It will make it glow a bit. And then you have transparency. This will make it like see-through. Transparency. You can turn it down right here to make it look different. Another one I use a lot is reflection. So if you turn that one on, it will go and it will make it reflect the things around it. It's like basically having something that's really shiny, and then you just gotta move this up and down to change it. Also, you might want to change the color to the color that you have selected right there. It just makes it look more real. So then you can just close that, and to get it onto an object or to use it on an object, you just pick it up and drop it on the object as like this. So you just drag it and drop, and then it will apply itself to the cube, or you can drop it into here. Makes sense. And then here's another thing that you should probably know is this is the render button. If you click it, it will render what you're viewing right here. I'm not going to do that though because I have a crappy processor and it can barely handle running OBS and Cinema at the same time. So basically, yeah, that's how it works. You have a light right here. There's a whole bunch of settings that will come up right here if you selected it, like shadows and stuff like that. It looks really nice. Overall, I think this is just a really good program if you're just getting started in animation and stuff like that, just because it's so simple. I taught myself pretty much everything I know about this program though, so yeah. Also, you have all these other tools that are a lot more complex that I'll teach you about later in another episode, but these are called, I forget what the oh, yeah. These are called the splines, and you just go and you can draw lines with them and stuff like that. But yeah, they're kind of useless unless you actually know what you're doing, which I'll make another tutorial on that also. Right here, you can click on the floor and it'll make an infinite floor forever. You just drag that down a bit. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Except there's one thing that you should know how to do, which is text. It's really simple, actually. You just go. A lot of people will make text and then stretch it. I just go to MoGraph, and then I go move text, and it will come up here. If it will, let's see. Jesus Christ. Yeah, oh yeah, you can't move the floor up and down also. It's like, it doesn't work like that. But yeah, basically MoText works like this. You just click on it, and then it will have the text right here. You just change the text like that, and you're done. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the first tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day.